I'm a cord cutter. Over 10 years ago, I got tired of paying through the nose for my satellite and I traded the dish for an antenna connected to a TiVo Premiere box as the DVR. I had Netflix too, but this was still in their very early days of streaming and my internet service was, well, to put it lightly, hot garbage. Cord cutting options were nowhere near as advanced or as commonplace then, but I had gone from $150 or more every month down to about $20. Mission accomplished. It wasn't that hard for me really to drop satellite. I went through my DirecTV recordings and 95% were coming from broadcast network channels anyway. I didn't watch much in terms of cable and I was willing to drop all of it. Losing that access to sports was a big decision, but I had season tickets for the home games and it was easy enough to find a place to watch the away games. I primarily followed one team in 2 sports and I had just moved to within 5 miles of the campus. Problem solved. Over the years, this has essentially been how things have remained. The TiVo has been left behind using my PLEX server now with a couple Silicon Dust HD home run tuners. Being a lifetime PLEX Pass member, there's no more monthly fee at all. A few additional streaming providers have been added over the years, but mostly because I have free access to them. HBO Max is free with my cell phone, Amazon is free with my Prime account, and so on. Netflix is the one remaining paid subscription. The problem with the wealth of streaming apps and services and options is that it can become very difficult to keep track of where you are, in what show, on what service, or even just selecting content to watch can become difficult when you have to jump between apps to see your different watch lists and queues. This was kind of the hidden benefit of cable and satellite, where everything was in a single central interface. TiVo had begun to roll out their solution shortly before I left that service, and it was still pretty spotty, but it showed potential. But then Apple quietly released the TV app as part of a new tvOS rollout. Not everyone realizes it, but before the Apple TV Plus service, there was the TV app. It's really confusing between the Apple TV hardware, the TV app, and the Apple TV Plus streaming service. I've been a long-time Mac household, so we have an Apple TV device on every single display. The TV app offered a solution that I had been waiting for. The TV app on the Apple TV device was actually a very overlooked feature when it was originally released. Not many people were using it, but it allowed you to add all, or most anyway, of your streaming content providers into a single app and view a master watch list, the Now Playing queue, which was brilliant. Newly added and recently watched shows automatically populate to the top of the list. Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Disney Plus, ESPN, TBS, so many more. Select your favorite sports teams and it will notify you when there's a live game coming up on a provider that you have access to. Select the show to watch and it will then launch the provider's app to play back the show. It's a brilliant solution. All your streaming content providers were now available within a single app interface, except Netflix. For whatever reason, your Netflix queue will not port into the TV app, which for me basically means we don't watch a lot of Netflix. In fact, we're considering canceling now that Ozark is over and Stranger Things won't be back for another year or 2. We've been happily using Apple's TV app since its initial launch. It's been a great solution. The HBO Max connection can be a little wonky at times with logging your watched episodes, but the HBO Max app does the same, so I'm going to assume it's an HBO problem and not a TV app issue. Recently, however, a new option came across my inbox. Now, I don't want to act like this is the only solution out there. I'm sure there are more options, but being an Apple TV household, I don't pay much attention to some of the other options on other devices. But in addition to Apple TV, we're also a big PLEX users in our house. Like I mentioned before, our DVR is run via PLEX. So enter PLEX Discover. PLEX Discover is built directly into the main PLEX client interface, and it offers the same functionality as Apple's TV app plus Netflix. It even works with Apple TV Plus original content. One thing I have noticed while playing around with the Discover is that it's very heavily based in content suggestions and less tailored toward the user. Apple's TV app certainly makes suggestions, but my watch list is big and bold the moment I open the app. There's no confusion as to what I asked it to track and what it's suggesting. It is very nice, however, while searching through shows in Discover, it's very easy to see where a specific title is available, including your PLEX library or live TV. So, for example, if I search for X-Files or Grey's Anatomy, it will show episodes that are available in my PLEX library, upcoming episodes on live TV, and if it's available on Netflix or Fox Now or ABC or Amazon Prime, etc. This is really handy and really well laid out in the Discover interface. Apple TV offers this info, but it's more difficult to find these options, and it's very heavily biased towards the Apple iTunes Store. Plus, it doesn't look at Netflix, my PLEX server, or live TV. Score 1 for Discover. So, are we ditching the TV app in favor of Discover on PLEX? Discover is a great option for those who have several different streaming device platforms. Roku's, Shields, Fire Sticks, Apple TVs, etc. Or for those of you who are using your built-in apps on the displays. It's a great single place for tracking content consumption. But it doesn't quite feel as well thought through as Apple's TV app. But it's also still only officially in beta, so that's to be expected. I would be surprised if it did not improve. But PLEX is not known for timely updates. So as for now, we're sticking with Apple's TV app. I could go back and forth without issue, and I could switch and get used to it. But before making the entire house switch, I want to make sure it's a little more polished. I prefer the Apple interface. We've switched away from PLEX to Kaleidoscape for our movie purchasing and library content going forward. We're canceling Netflix, and most importantly, I don't trust PLEX to finish the Discover feature or fix problems in a timely manner. But I will keep my eyes on it because it really does have a lot of potential. So what do you think? What are you using to juggle all your content sources and stay organized? Drop a comment below, and while you're at it, please like this video and subscribe to the AV Nirvana YouTube channel. And don't forget to head over to avnirvana.com to join in the discussion there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon with another real world review.